Eagles Nation, it is now week 14 of the NFL season. Y'all know what it is. It's grind time. It's time to fine tune, and it's time to get every victory. Because at this time of year, every victory counts. We know it's about that number one seed. It's no longer about winning the division. It's about getting that number one seed. Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy TK the Official, and welcome back to TK Sports Talk. Hey, yo, listen, before we get started into the show, I want to give a special shout out to all the new subscribers, everybody who signed up to subscribe to the channel to make sure that they see me when I post any live or any new content. We got to get to live though, man. So I got to get my subscribers up, which means I got to stay consistent. Just like this Philadelphia Eagles team. We got to stay consistent. We can't be satisfied now. We got to stay hungry. What they say, hungry dogs run faster. So I got to run faster and keep on producing this content and keep on talking to the people, man. And shout outs to y'all who've been commenting on the site, man, on the app, and making sure that I'm interactive with y'all. And if you hit me on there, I'm gonna hit you right back, man. And y'all keep me alive, man. Listen, before we get into week 14, as the Philadelphia Eagles get set to host the New York Football Giants, as it's Wednesday at the NovaCare Complex, and y'all know what it is, man. The Eagles is getting ready to handle their business, man. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into that matchup, and before we talk about James Bradberry, because remember, man, all right, this has been a revenge tour for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. This entire year, all right? You know what it is. We had Darius Slay going back to Detroit, all right? We had Carson Wentz. Y'all already know Carson was going to get that beat down when we went down on Washington for how that went down when he left up out of here, all right? We had week 4, Doug Peterson coming back to the link with Jacksonville Jaguars and what was Jalen Hurts' revenge game, so to speak. Arizona, Hassan Reddick going back there. Week 11, the Colts and Nick Sirianni. And then they fired his man, so you know he was out to get that ass. Last week, A.J. Brown, and now again with James Bradberry. So you know the Eagles going to do what we do, man. But before we get into that, there's a couple things that I want to touch on, all right? Are the Eagles the best team in the NFC? Let's just be real about that, man. All right? And do the Eagles have the best defense in the National Football League? Not just the NFC, in the National Football League, man. And do the Eagles really need Odell Beckham? All right? Now, I was out of order with the way I wanted to put those things in order. But since that's the last thing that I said, let's touch on that first. Somehow, if you haven't seen, if you haven't noticed, if you've been under a rock, as someone might say, somehow the Eagles have been rumored to be linked to Odell Beckham. All right. Now the people at Pro Football Talk, Pro Football Focus, you know, I like what they do. You know, I respect their reporting, I respect their stats, I respect their football work and their football acumen. But this is nothing but a rumor. I can't see any other way that the Eagles would need another wide receiver, let alone a wide receiver who cannot play right now. What do we look like? We're not desperate. Are we? We're not like the Dallas Cowboys. You see what they doing down there, trying to get Odell Beckham. You know what I'm saying? They down there, what can I say? Slurping. You know what I'm saying? They down there slurping down there. All right, got them all at the game and everything, trying to take them all out. They whining and dining this man. They out there begging him, Odell, please. We good, but we know we can't beat the Eagles. We need to be great. And even though you only 50%, for real, we'll take 50%. Because we need another wide receiver because we don't know if CeeDee Lamb is it. Come on, man. What do we look like? No, the Eagles have A.J. Brown, the Eagles have Devontae Smith, and the Eagles have Quez Watkins, all right? And the Eagles also have Zach Pascal, and we got some other wide receivers in the pipeline. We're looking great this year in the draft, and if we need another wide receiver in free agency, we can find one. But we don't need another dominant, number one caliber type wide receiver that's going to want. No, Odell can't demand a whole lot of money at this time like he used to. But he still demands some respect. And with respect comes a price tag. And that's a bag that we don't have to pay Odell Beckham Jr. right now. And we don't even have the space to fit him on this lineup or in this in this offense. And no disrespect to OBJ, because OBJ is one of the greatest younger wide receivers that's come out over the last 15 years. Okay, but there's just no space for it, man. And we good how we are right now. We ready to go compete, win for the Super Bowl championship right now. Right now. Hands out, man. All right. Now, it's crazy to me, man. Like how anybody could say that the Eagles aren't the best team in the NFC right now, man. You know, some people just refuse to just succumb to the fact that their eyes are telling them what they see is real. All right. Week after week after week after week, you just waiting for this team to fall off the cliff, and it's not happening. All right, we're not plateauing. If anything, there's an ascension going on. All right, the Eagles are still on the rise here, and it's crazy. And you know, I watch ESPN, and a lot of y'all watch ESPN, and I know some of y'all out there watch that troll. Watch his show, Dan Sileo, man. I used to watch. Man, he's a troll, man. That guy's a freaking clown. I go into that a whole nother time, man. But nonetheless, man, the ESPN, FPI, football, whatever they used, their index or whatever, somehow has the Dallas Cowboys having a 50% chance. And I hate talking about this team, man, but having a 50% chance to make it to the Super Bowl, while the Eagles only have a 30% chance to make it to the Super Bowl. Now, I don't know how that adds up, but that math is not mathing for me, because the Philadelphia Eagles sit at the #1 seed in the NFC. And if things were to end this way, the Philadelphia Eagles would have the home playoff game. The Dallas Cowboys would be the 5th seed at this particular point in time. We'll have to go on the road, which looks like they would play Minnesota. All right, so if they think that Dallas can go play Minnesota and blow them out because they blew them out before, all right, and then Dallas would again have to go on the road, all right, as the 5th seed, depending on what's happening out there. I don't know if Minnesota loses. You know, it just has to be a whole, but it seems complicated, all right? It seems like the Eagles, what we got to do is win 2 games at home and boom, get in there. And it looks like we're very capable of doing that. So I don't understand for the life of me how the Cowboys have this chance. And I think the numbers are inflated. They're putting whatever numbers they want in there. You know what I'm saying? They just want some talking points. They want people to still bet their money on the Cowboys. That's what's going on with that right there, man. So that's just a bunch of malarkey. This is a bunch of poppycock. It's a bunch of bullshit. All right? All right? I didn't want to say it, but like, you know, those other words I was saying, it's not really me. For real. All right? Now, what I want to talk about, man, is this Philadelphia Eagles defense. All right? This Philadelphia Eagles defense, we all know how great the offense is. Jalen Hurts has been back-to-back NFC Players of the Week. I'll get into that in 1 second, all right? But not enough has been talked about with this defense. And for the life of me, I'm just like everybody else out there. I watch all the TV shows. I watch other shows on YouTube. I'm listening to all these different platforms. And I can't understand this love affair with San Francisco. What they think? They the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles. They gonna lose they they starting quarterback, and they backup gonna take them to the Super Bowl. Not gonna happen. Not this year. Not gonna happen, man. The Philadelphia Eagles have a better defense, in my opinion, than San Francisco. Have the best defense in the league. Better than Dallas. Better than Buffalo. Better than San Francisco. Better than Cincinnati. But it's the best. Do I gotta name any more names? That's it, period. The Philadelphia Eagles are second in yards allowed, only averaging 13 more yards allowed per game than San Francisco. All right. The Philadelphia Eagles are also second in sacks. All right. Only 6 behind the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have 48. The Philadelphia Eagles have 42. The Philadelphia Eagles, however, are first in turnovers, 4 more than the closest team, which is the team I keep mentioning that I don't want to mention. All right. Number 1 against the pass. And yes, the Philadelphia Eagles right now are ranked currently 17th against the run. However, if the Philadelphia Eagles average 7 yards less against the run, they would be a top 10 defense against the run. All right. So the margin is that slim. Okay. So where the Philadelphia Eagles are as far as being ranked in the running game. Well, when you put all of that together, The Philadelphia Eagles are the number one defense out there. And we know what we're doing on offense. You see, that's my transition into Jalen Hurts. It's Jalen Hurts again, man. Again. Hey, listen. Round of applause for Jalen Hurts, man. I mean, I'm proud of that young man as an older man now. I mean, I ain't that old. But as an older man now, I'm proud of what that young man has done. The true measure of a man is the distance traveled. And I'm going to be real with you. Last year, I was like, yo, get this man out of here. Listen, I'm going to be real with you, all right? I don't know about y'all, but I went to Tampa Bay last year, all right? I went down to Tampa Bay so I can watch our Philadelphia Eagles, all right? Yeah, Nick Sirianni, his first year, I was hyped, all right? That's what I do. Yeah, I'm going to be in Philly this year for the playoff game. Thank God I ain't got to travel nowhere this year because I went all the way down to Tampa Bay, and y'all know what happened. I ain't got to relive it with y'all. You know, I ain't got to do it. But I was there, all right? I know what that was like. But to see where Jalen Hurts has come from that time till now, it's truly amazing, man. It's amazing. I mean, I'm talking about from being laughed at, from being someone who wasn't looked at as someone who can get it done. Someone who was just a running quarterback, a gimmick quarterback. This man is up there with Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. He has just as many touchdowns, or would have just as many touchdowns if he had just as many attempts as those guys do. Jalen Hurts has accounted for 29 touchdowns this year, while Patrick Mahomes has accounted for 30. All right? Jalen Hurts has only turned the ball over, or has only thrown 3 interceptions, 5 total for the entire season. You know what other quarterback has thrown the ball as many times as Jalen Hurts has and only has 3 interceptions? That would be one Tom Brady. All right. What Jalen Hurts has been able to do this year, taking his game to the level that he took it, we all knew that he was working in the offseason. We all heard the reports that he was with Tom House. He was out there in California. He was throwing the football. He was working on his mechanics. And the proof is there. He didn't talk too much about it. We reported on it, but he didn't talk too much about it. Because when you're doing the work, you ain't got to talk. You just got to work. All right. And Jalen Hurts has been putting in that work, man. So shout outs to Jalen Hurts, man, as he's our leader. He's our Capitan. He's going to be the one that's going to get it done for us this year. And I'm so proud and I'm so thrilled that the Eagles had the fortitude to stick through it, to stick with Jalen Hurts. And Nick Sirianni had the foresight to know, hey, that's a special football player. That's going to be my guy. We're going to coach him up. He's going to get better. We're going to put some great football players around him, and we're going to kick ass. This is what we're going to do. All right? The excitement that we have for this team, that I have for this team, is through the roof. Through the roof. Understand that. I went to Arizona this year to watch the Philadelphia Eagles beat down on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. And I don't know if I'm going to be back in the building, but I'm going to be back in Arizona. Man. Them tickets to the Super Bowl, man, that's where we going. So if you going, get ready, because I'm getting ready. Hey, it's your boy TK, man. This has been TK Sports Talk. The Philadelphia Eagles, 11-1, heading into Week 14, face off against the New York Football Giants. Best defense in the league. No room for Odell Beckham. None. And Jalen Hurts is just getting it done. I'm out.